So here's the graph of y equals f of x. There it is. Nice bendy thing. Looks like a parabola to me. May or may not be. Doesn't really matter. What do they ask us to do? Write down the coordinates of the turning point of the graph. Well, remember that the turning point is when the gradient equals 0. In other words, where it's flat or horizontal for a moment. And so the turning point is here, where that blob is. Right, so the turning point of that point there, the coordinates of that point there, well, it's 1 in the x direction and -3 in the y direction. And x always comes first and y comes second. So there it is. Write down estimates for the roots of f of x equals 0. All right, so that's where y equals f of x crosses the x-axis. Okay, so that shouldn't be too bad. Crosses the x-axis at that blue blob there and at that blue blob there. Now they can only really expect you to do an estimate to one decimal place, so we'll take it to the nearest sort of the little squares, and so x is equal to, if you look at this bit of scale here, one little square is 0.1, so that's minus 0.7. Excuse me. Or, if you look at the other one, that's 0.7 above 2, so that's x equals 2.7. There we go. Now, we're next asked to use the graph to find an estimate for f of 1.5. Okay, well, here is 1.5, and we just use the graph to read to the graph. I was going to say up, but actually it's down, isn't it? And then we read across to there. And again, we just need to be careful of the scale. Okay, that's 1 unit there, which is 5 little squares. So each little square is 0.2, and so that is minus 2.8 there. So f of 1.5 is approximately minus 2.8. And that would appear to be that.